I'm Edwina, a Diamond Executive and the Singapore founding leader of Singapore. So when I was in school, we be a good student, right? I got straight A's, I got a good job, I got a good degree, and life was good. Life was great. I was planning my career, I was planning a lot of things. What I never count on is when I got married and I had my kid, I choose to be home because I wanted to be the best mom I can be. And I thought that being mom would not be very long lived because I'll go back to my career again. But my eldest daughter was very ill from about 4 onwards. And I proceeded to have 3 more kids after her. So I have 4, right? So that ended my career. And I spent the next 13 years being home with 2 very unwell children. And in that 13 years, I started to understand what suffering is for many people. Emotionally, physically. I barely sleep 2 hours a night. Money was constantly a struggle because I was save in every dollar and cent to put aside money for my daughter's medical, TCM, supplement, whatever people say is good, I will give it a try because the doctors couldn't diagnose a cause for her to be so unwell. Therefore, I have no avenue to find a way. I'm looking for hope all the time. So I've been in and out of many MLM companies buying products as a customer. I don't like the way I was treated, but I have to find a way. Right. So ASEA was the last company I came, and my daughter is well today. And I started sharing the product not because I love an MLM business. I don't. I really don't. But I needed the money to afford the product. I needed the money to afford the second box. If I cannot find the money, I can't buy anything else. And that's the small little goal I have, the small little why. But that was a burning why for mom. So after half a year, I found enough money for about $1,000 a month to cover everything I need for my family in terms of health. I start to like what I do. I start to have thank you calls from people who tell me the product work. It has helped my mom. It has helped my dad. It has helped my husband. And because I've been 10 years in this struggle with someone's health, I empathize a lot with people with health issues. I start to enjoy what I do. And as I do more, I start to see people who tell me, I did what you did, and I'm earning $1,000 a month. That is covering expenses. And during COVID, when the husband lost the job, the ASEA income became the only income. That's when I realized I have something to offer to the world. I have an ability to now offer a chance in life to anybody who's looking for one. Whether you're looking it for health, whether you're looking it for finances, whether you are somebody who was financially free. I talked to a guy yesterday, he's financially free at 40 years old. He doesn't need to work. He has the finances to do whatever he wants. Then I look at him and say, if you have a lot of money from investment, it's so great because you don't work for it, right? It's a great way to have a life that's free. But what if I can offer you purpose, community, impact, the ability to help people, the ability to lift people's life up to a better place? Would that be something significant for you to want to achieve? You still have 40 years more in your life to go. What do you want to do with it? He's game. He's interested. So tonight I'm going to show you an opportunity that changes my life. I never thought it will, but 3 years later it did. From a struggling housewife, I have a 5-digit income. Last year I worked 10 hours a day. This year I can work 10 hours a week if I want to. Usually I do more because I love to. I enjoy doing what I do. It's no longer a work. I actually found purpose and passion in my 40s. What corporate work did not give me, I found it so much in the ASEA. And as I watched Mr. Verdis Norton talk just now, I was almost in tears. I met him 2 years ago, and I just queued up to get a photo with him because someone pushed me up. And when he asked me what did the product do for me, I talked about my daughter, he hugged me and cried. I've never seen someone so sincere. And today I remember him again in that moment. And the day that ASEA get into your heart is the day where this ceases to be a business, this ceases to be money, this becomes purpose. Maybe that will take some time for some people, but today I want to share this opportunity that totally changed my life. And I hope you will join me to be a life changer for many people who can be influenced and impacted by you. Many people are looking for freedom. We talk a lot about time freedom, financial freedom. Many people feel that freedom is the ability to do whatever they want without the stresses in life. But for many of us, this is life. We go to school to hope to get a good job. We go to job to hope to keep our jobs, and we hope to get promoted so that we are recognized and we can get a bigger paycheck for the family or for ourselves to enjoy. And yet, as life goes on, as the years goes on, some people struggle. Actually, many of us struggle. Many people just try to cope with it. There's no end to it. You know, and if there's a little bit of extras, we hope to have a little bit of extras in the nicer things in life. But often we are not doing the things that we want. We are simply doing the things that we can based on the budget that we are allowed. Everybody longs for a better life. We long to be happy. We long to do what we want and to enjoy what we do. You know, the ASEA business is great because you are not bound by location. I can retire today in Hawaii. I can retire today in Langkawi. I can take a 3 months break and go on a cruise, and my business continues because with internet, with video conferencing, I can really take my business anywhere. And the best part, I can do my business anywhere. I can talk to anyone as I meet in my cruise, and it becomes part of my team, right? And this gives us tremendous freedom. I can earn an income that I desire. If 5 digit is not good enough for me, I can go 6 digit, 7 digit a month, right? But I can stay anywhere in the world. I can roam from city to city. I do what I love to do. I choose the people that I love to work with. If I don't like that person, I just don't share with that person. Why bring somebody in that will give you a lot of pain, right? We can choose who we want. And at the end of the day, we become somebody who has so much more to give. Besides finances, we become a better person. We become somebody who's very in touch with other people's pain and the ability to soothe and heal them, the ability to offer help and hope to many people. And I know many of my teammates who take their loyalty points and give products away for charity, to help needy families. There is so much that you can do when we are blessed with more. And how does successful people have more? We have here the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And then when I was poor, I always say it's not fair. But because the rich people understand what's called leverage, and leverage is really working beyond just yourself. It's about having money and getting investments return for it. I don't have money to put in the investments. You need a first pot of gold to do that. So where can ordinary people like myself do it? It's a business owner, right? A business where you have no capital, very, very minimal risk. It requires effort. The biggest barrier in this business is the effort that you need and the amount of self-development that you may need to get moving. But if you're willing to work hard, honestly, everybody in Singapore, in Asia, in anywhere in the world works very, very hard. But how many people can be paid more by working hard? Not many. But in this business, if you work hard, you will be paid more. If you learn and develop yourself, you will be paid more. It is very fair. So if you read any books that talk about financial freedom, that talks about success in life, to talk about a turnaround for any age, a no-fail plan for achieving freedom at any age, you will find that without exception, they will ask you to have a network marketing business. Why? Because that is the only way that you don't need much capital, yet you can earn any income level that you desire to earn purely by effort. And there's very little risk. You have no overheads, you have no capital, you don't need to go and invent a product, find a factory space. You are simply marketing something that's already proven to work, and you're working in a team of leaders who have already succeeded, who can show you the way. You're working with people alongside, you're not by yourself. And at the end of the day, there is a system to help you succeed. So this means anybody who is hungry, willing, and coachable will succeed. The dropout rate is pretty high, honestly speaking, but there is no barrier of entry. It does not look at your education level, your gender, your life stage, or your bank. It doesn't matter. It's only a willing, coachable, and teachable person. So allow me to show you the vehicle that I so love, that I believe will change everyone's life if they want to be part of it. That is ASEA. I'm going to explain ASEA in 5 ways. In the first thing, ASEA is a global company that desires to give people cellular health through their products and to help people with the opportunity as well as the culture. And all ASEA does is around something called Redox. It is a life-changing life science technology that I'm going to bring you through very quickly tonight. So Redox was first discovered in 1998 as an important molecule in the body for signaling. It is touted as a 5 emerging technology in science in Huffington Post 2016. As you can see, of the 5 different sciences, this is the only one that is safe enough for mass market sale, and it can be promoted by anyone who has no scientific background. There are so many external validation of this life science called Redox right now in many avenues that you can go and research on. So when ASEA was discovered and launched, till today, it is still regarded as the single greatest health, athletic, and anti-aging breakthrough of our life. It created a new category in the market called cell signaling supplement, and it is 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. So for people who like disruptive technology, who like to be part of the future, this is it. You are at the beginning of this health tech. If you found Apple 15 years ago, you'll probably be at the beginning of the smartphone technology. This is very much the same. This is the beginning of the health tech. So what is ASEA? To understand what is ASEA Redox, you must understand it is nothing that you have seen in the market. It is not a vitamin, a mineral, an antioxidant, it's not a juice. It is nothing that you have ever seen. But its ability and its power goes beyond nutrition and everything that you have ever used. And it's able to do that because it contains something that nothing else contains except inside the human body. So yes, you heard me right. The redox molecules is manufactured in every cell of the human body and is absolutely essential for every cellular function in the body. Without these molecules, we die instantly. So if we make this in our body, why do we need to manufacture this? Why do we need to supplement this? Let's talk a little bit more. To build a house, you need materials and you need good labor. The good labor will use the materials very well. If you have poor labor, even the best materials, your house is not well built. The human body is the same. We have done a great job with the materials. We have eaten well, eat organic, eat balanced, all kinds of diets have surfaced in the last 20 years. Great nutritional supplements are in the market, and we are very good at helping ourselves in these things. But not today, when ASEA launched, the last 10 years, people now found they can top up the workers in our body. We can help ourselves to absorb materials better. We can help ourselves to function better as a system. We now can improve the labor productivity, efficiency, effectiveness of our human cell through the supplementation of ASEA Redox. So these molecules reach into every aspect of our health, into every system of the body to simply enhance our body's ability to heal. It is not a drug. It is not something that will force your body to do something. It helps our bodies to heal and bring it to balance. So whether you have high blood pressure, low blood pressure, whether you're high thyroid, low thyroid, it doesn't matter. It works to bring your body to a healthy balance. And someone tell me, if I'm healthy, why do I need to supplement this? Then may I ask you, if you are healthy, do you find your energy depleting every 10 years? Do you feel different when you are 30 compared to when you're 15? Do you feel different when you're 40 compared to when you're 20? We feel a difference. And as we age, we get stiff, we get a bit foggy, memory is not as good, the energy is lower, and we accept that as aging. What if I tell you that that does not need to be accepted as a norm for aging? What if I tell you today, if you supplement ASEA Redox, you will boost up the signals in the body, and therefore you also boost up the mitochondria's ability and hence the energy. Most of us who take the product are very energetic. I can probably do a talk like this at midnight and I'm still at my peak performance, right? It allows your body to be at its best. It is not immortality. I still will age, but I will age a lot more graciously and a lot more actively. There are clinical studies in terms of how it works in the body, and you can go and read more in ASEAScience.com. The buzzword in these 5 years has been epigenetics. And if you go and read more about it, you find that things around us can change our genetics. And it's not just about the eye color or the hair color, it goes beyond that. ASEA has done a third-party study with Torrid Lab, a reputable lab in US, and has proven that everyone who takes this product will have a 20 to 31% improvement in genetic expression in these 5 areas of over 8-week process. So you can go and read more about it, and there are always more webinars by the company with doctors and medical professionals who will go in depth on things like this. Today, my job is to give you a quick overview. So these are all the different third-party labs that ASEA has worked with to prove and validate what the products can do. All our topical products have a 5-star rating by Dermatest, and that means they have no allergy possibility and is extremely safe for all skin type. So ASEA has 9 products. which is basically to give you cellular health from the inside out and the outside in. It involves a nutritional supplement line, which gives you the materials, our Redox supplement in liquid form where you can intake, as well as a skincare range where you can apply on your skin for healthy skin and for radiant skin. So what I just shared with you is really what the product is all about. Experiences varies from body to body. We are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases because we are not a drug. We are at most a supplement, and we are approved as a beverage in almost all countries worldwide. So who can benefit from ASEA? Our products benefit anyone looking for health maintenance, perhaps for some health challenges, leisure athletes, professional athletes, beauty, anti-aging. And if you can see these three industries, every family has at least one product for each of these categories. And if my market potential is 100% of all these categories, young and old, men or female, whatever health condition, then the opportunity is huge. We have professional athletes taking the product, whether they are Gold Olympic athletes, whether they are Ironman athletes. In fact, our oldest athlete is 75-year-old Dexter Yates, and she just won the Ironman championship. She is the only one in her age category, and she constantly opens a new age category as she advances in age. And she has ever mentioned this product is the only reason she continued to do what she loved, which is to do the Ironman and be the champion. And we are very happy to help her to do that. So let's talk more about the opportunity. Like I mentioned before, if the product is able to use for any skin type, that means 100% male, female can use this. In fact, my children are using it from 8 years old because I have daughters with very sensitive skin. I will not put anything on them that has any bit of toxins. And the ASEA skincare range, I use it for them. In fact, they use a cleanser to bathe. These are billion-dollar industries. So we have 100% market potential. We have zero competition. For the last 10 years to date, no other company has been able to crack our technology on how we produce and stabilize the redox molecules in a bioactive form, in a stabilized bioactive form, exactly as it's found in healthy cells. Nobody. And therefore, you own the whole market, right? It's up to you. It's available in 33 countries right now in North America, 20 cities in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and 6 Asian countries, and more to come. How big is that market? You can imagine. And now with technology like this, I used to do a webinar every week that goes out to the whole world. 3/4 of the world can jump on the same Zoom because of time zone differences. And it is a great way to do business from home. It is a sustainable technology. Nobody is able to copy. In fact, the company is so confident that if you bring this to China, they can't reverse engineer it. All right, it's that complicated. And because this is a consumable product, it's not something like you buy it and you put it at home. It's not a machinery. It's a supplement, right? You are buying it every month because you're taking it every day. My mentor is 60 years old, but he feels like 25. He plays 2 rounds of golf back to back and he has no muscle ache or stiffness. He says, I will continue to take it to feel like 25 years old, as old as I get, because that's quality of life. So if your customers enjoyed it, can afford it, or find the money from the company to afford it, this is a lifelong consumption. It is a lifelong continual demand. This is residual growing income. We are now in 33 countries, and I went through this. So Asia is one of the fastest growing market for ASEA. Malaysia and Singapore is number 3 in sales and number 4 in recruitment. And this is for the company. As you can see, we have been growing 43% year on year revenue growth. And even in the pandemic last year, when so many big companies have shut down their operations worldwide, we have grown 6%. We have no disruptions to production, delivery, or marketing at all in any way. In fact, the minute the pandemic strikes, many leaders have pivoted to go fully online. We have always been using Zoom from the first day I encountered the company. Just that at that time, my users, my customers are not familiar with Zoom and they would not prefer that platform. But today, everybody in Singapore, from a 5-year-old to an 80-year-old, know what Zoom is because the schools are using it, churches are using it, everybody is using it. Actually, the whole pandemic has helped us tremendously in moving technology forward to a mass acceptance. The company is 10 years old and therefore we are post-risk. Most new companies fail within 5. You can see from our revenue numbers that it's not only failing, it is progressing, right? We have no long-term debt at all. We control the entire production line. So there was a lot of talk last year where there was supply chain disruption because of China, because of travel ban. There was a lot of concerns with the financial market because it was a global recession. But ASEA has no long-term debt. We have no financial risk. We have no supply chain problem. We own the entire chain. We own the entire production process. It sits very comfortably as the only product that will help people maintain health at its peak and is able to continue to pay us weekly in our cash commissions. We are at the beginning of a growth massive stage of mass market adoption. And if you're looking for an opportunity, you want to join a company where nobody has really heard about it yet. Yet it has been sold worldwide for 10 years with a stable technology, and there has been a stable consumption rate across the world. Nobody has come back and said there is a problem. There's no lawsuit, there's no negative reports in the media. It has been a proven product. Yet Asia is still a very new market. It's only 3 years in Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Philippines, Thailand. It's only about a year in Malaysia. For the first time, we have a stable, proven product that's 10 years old and yet so new where we are. Do you see that confluence of power and opportunity? Legacy. If I'm going to spend effort to build this business, I don't want money for 1 year, 2 years. I want an income that pays me for 50 years until I pass away. And if I can build it into an asset that grows on its own, that thrives, that gives me a return on my effort, my income grows at a steady rate like an investment. It gives me a 5% growth, 3% growth year on year. It will become a legacy income for my family, for my children, for my grandchildren. In fact, I think my kids will probably want to be an associate when they're of age. So therefore, I will will my account to my grandchildren. I aim to build that legacy. And I was very thrilled when ASEA's vision is to be a 100-year-old company. And all their policies and direction is to build in that future direction. They have a very long-term perspective. So how do we achieve that legacy? First, we are very privileged. Our corporate top leadership are Fortune 50 top leaders. If you have came in earlier and heard from the video, you would have realized that Tyler Norton, the current founder of the company, the son of Redox, was the top of a global financial institute. His dad was pivotal in Kraft Food success as he did global strategy for the whole world. He went through recessions, he brought the company up from losses to profits. We have very strong corporate leadership. They know what they're doing to build this company from strength to strength to be a 100-year-old legacy company. We are no longer in debt, we have infrastructure. In fact, during my first convention when I visited the company, and they talked about how they have laid the groundwork, upgraded the factory, expanded headquarters to prepare for the Asia wave. I said, this company know what they're doing. They have prepped their whole infrastructure, their whole supply line, so that when Asia is open and if demand surge, they are able to meet us where we are. We will not be shortchanged in supply. We will not be shortchanged in our commissions. It is all in place. You have prepared the plane for takeoff. This is a company I can be confident in. And to prove it, we have moved 33 spots up in 2020 vis-a-vis competition. We're now the top 50 direct global selling companies. And the comp plan is a very, very fair plan that gives people what they want. If you look at this plan, it looks very complicated. What it means is they pay you in 8 different ways. So if I have an ordinary grandmother or a housewife who doesn't have a very, very big vision yet, all she wants is some money for the product. If she has 6 people who just want to try the product for a short while, maybe 3 months, 4 months, and they come in as a customer, that's a free account. You buy whatever you want. There's no minimum spend. Every time the customer orders, they get paid 35 Sing dollars, 105 ringgit for that order, recurring. And if the customer buy 2 times the usual amount because they want to put another family member on it, then the commission just get doubled. It's 70 Sing dollars or 210 ringgit. So if you have 6 customers buying a case of product a month, your case is free. It's 6-to-1 ratio. That's how I started earning money for my product. That's not very hard to do. Not everybody can build a binary tree, a network, a business, but surely every one of us know at least 6 people who's looking for something, or would like to have a better quality of health, or is just curious to try whatever you're using. 6 is not hard to get. And most people cover their cost with 6 people. And if I can do that, honestly, my auto ship is very stable. My customer base is very stable. And I help all my customers to find some income to cover their cost that way. So during the pandemic, actually, my income wasn't very much affected because I had built my business to be very stable to last. And all the other different commission types basically just helps different types of behavior. It wants to make sure that as the leaders progresses up, we really earn the money that we deserve, and we're not taking advantage of anybody who's working harder than us. So there's a lot of checks and balances, but it pays people who work hard. It pays people who are skillful, who are doing all the right thing. And besides moving volume, it also pays people to help other people to find income. Let's talk about check match. Check match, I earn about 8 to 10% of every of my associates team commission. That means I don't want people to just move volumes. I want people to really succeed in the business and earn the income they desire, because I get a mentoring fee of 10%. The top income earners, 80% of their 6-digit income comes from check match alone. Yeah, so this is a very lucrative plan, and the company is generous. They take about 2 to 3% of the global sales share, to put it into a pool where you can earn it as an extra bonus. It's called Executive Momentum Pool, which is given to the mid-tier, and Global Diamond Pool, which is given to Diamond and above. So there's something for everyone, and it is an attractive plan. So go into the compensation videos and learn more about it if that's your interest. I'm going to give you a quick average of what monthly income looks like. So this is in ringgit and Sing dollars. If you are a director, you have about 2 associates, maybe a handful of customers. So an associate is someone like myself. All right, you earn about 1,002 ringgit or 400 Sing. That's pretty good to cover product costs. If you want to be a bronze, that's about 8,005 ringgit a month. This is a very high monthly income in Malaysia. It's a pretty good income. It's about 2,008 Sing in Singapore. That's about an average corporate pay. Takes about maybe about 20 people, 20, 30 people, and you developed it as a group. About 20 to 25 people, you will probably go bronze. If you want to be stable at this rank, you need to put a little bit more effort to stabilize the business. Diamond is about 22,000 Sing, maybe about 15 to 22,000 Sing dollars, and it's 66,000 ringgit. That's a lot of money. You know, the best part about this business is all our commissions are calculated in US dollar, converted at a favorable exchange rate to our local currency. So we are taking 1.4 Sing and 4.2 ringgit. What does that mean? You know, when we have a weaker currency, every time there is a global move, the currency will weaken further. Things get more expensive, pay gets a bit smaller because the US dollar strengthens, right? But if you are paid in US dollar, it means when the world shakes, when your currency depreciates, you get paid more. Cool, right? So now I hedge against foreign exchange. That's amazing. I'm a housewife. I do a little business called MLM, and I hedge against foreign exchange by my income. Impressive. An ambassador diamond and above is about 155,000. This is not the highest income earner. The highest income earner is about 200,000 US dollars a month. She is a grandmother. She is an ex-housewife. And she achieved this by sharing to 2 new people every single day about this amazing technology called Redox that they have not heard about. And she helped everyone who wished to do the same as her. So that's Trish Schwinker. I am part of her downline. You know, she has business all over the world. And it's amazing how an ordinary woman like her, with just a high school diploma, being a housewife, she told me before, I don't have many friends, but I make a 1-foot rule. Every time I go anywhere and I stand 1 foot from somebody, I will say, hi, I'm Trish. Can I tell you something that's been amazing to me? And she just create a conversation. And she just did that. It's sure great. Anybody can do this business if they want to. And in the last 10 years, ASEA has generated 3 $10 million club. And the lady on the extreme left is Trish. She's the #1 income earner. There are $31 million club members. So which means their commission has totaled $1 million in the number of years that they are working in a SEER. And I'd like to specifically highlight Derek Chu. So Derek Chu is the first $1 Million Club member in Singapore. And he achieved diamond in a very short time, I think barely a year. And he has climbed up to a very high rank called Ambassador Double Diamond, which is top 10 in the company. And he has got into the $1 Million Club, I think last year, if I didn't remember wrongly. So when I first joined in 2017, there were no Asian face on the leaderboard. You don't see any Chinese on this leaderboard, no Asian faces. But today, just 3 years later, we have Derek, we have Alan in Taiwan, we have Richard in Australia. Rita and her mom lives in US. Rita is a millennial, right? She's late 20s, doesn't like MLM, but she saw her mom did this with a lot of heart. She saw the impact that her mother has generated in the community and the benefits that he has brought to the family. Besides finances, is inspiration. I didn't quite get it until this year. You know what my 13-year-old son tells me? Mom, I want to book a date with you. Do you have time for me? Sure, book one appointment. Why? I want to take a notebook and write down words of wisdom that you say all the time. You know how to hack life and do it very well. You know, I was so moved because I hear of moms who are older than me, who have kids older than mine, and say, I'm not relevant to my children anymore. My son don't talk to me anymore. Don't talk to dad because all I do is care about them, but I can't inspire them. I can't help them. You know, but by doing the SEER business, I went back to read up on things. I went to learn. I went to grow. I learned video editing last year because I had to do a lot of videos, do a lot of Zooms. I learned technology. I learned how to put things up on the web. And as I learn, my children are watching me and they start to understand what's lifelong learning. They start to understand what it means to make life work. They start to understand what it means to your attitude determines everything. And I'm very, very privileged that this little business of mine has given me so much leverage in my life besides financial. So ethos. You know, many good people say, I like the MLM business, it's great, but I don't quite like it that people think I'm not a nice person, you know, or is poor on reputation. You know, good people tend to shy away from this kind of thing, but a SEER is very different. A SEER attracts some of the best people and some of the best people with a lot of heart. Why? Let's talk about the genesis story. If you came in early, you've heard the whole video of it. Let me just summarize for those who didn't come in early. Our founder, Mr. Redox Norton, was a chairman of a pharmaceutical subsidiary who was researching the Redox technology. It couldn't become a drug because it was totally safe. It couldn't be approved as a drug because it was totally safe. So instead of being thrown away, he bought it with his own money and decided to make it an investment. But when he found out even the glimpse of a potential of what this technology can do for humanity, he rejected a very big pharmaceutical payout. He didn't tell us the exact amount, but he said it was enough for 3 generations to live on. That's an insane amount of money. And the reason he said no is because at that time, there were 40 people who was getting the product for free as a trial, as a product trial, and they were having good results. And if he were to soak that technology out, they will not be able to get the supply. And he could not risk this 40 people's life for the sake of money, for the sake of personal interest. And the video showed that it subsequently became 135 people in many countries because these 40 people were packing it in boxes and mailing it out to their family worldwide. You know, and this continues to be the heart of a SEER, you know, where we put people, purpose, and principles above our own economics and our own ego gain. And it attracts people from all walks of life. We have professional network marketers who came from companies, they were the top of their companies, and they came over because of a better product mix, a better compensation, or a better ethos. It attracts professionals, you know, who are sick of the rat race. They have enough of the corporate world. They want to earn an income that is comparable or even better, but they have free time. They can work from their home. They can go anywhere. Or it attracts people like myself who has been burned and hurt by the industry and who decides to give this industry a second chance because we could feel the heart of a SEER and we could feel the sincerity from the associates that we meet and we encounter. And a SEER is a family. And also go to YouTube and check out the SEER ethos and see if you can resonate with who we are. Because at the end of the day, if you like who we are, you will become one of us and you will love what we do. So in summary, we have a breakthrough opportunity because we are holding a very high impact technology that has results. Yes, if the product cannot be effective, there is nothing to talk about. And if no one else has it, then it's an opportunity that you cannot miss. And if virtually no one knows about it, then it's a timing that you cannot delay. So it's a powerful product. It is perfectly safe for anyone in any health condition at any age. A baby can drink this because it is exactly the same as inside your body. A baby has this in the body. It is native to the human body. If you want to find a product results fast, the drink will not be very fast. You can put the Renew Gel, you can apply on your face, you can apply it for your pain, and you can see for yourself. So ask your friend who's introducing a product to you to teach you how to use it. It is patented. Nobody else have it, right? There's no competition. It is a purpose-driven opportunity. It's not just about money. It's about so many things that's valuable about human life that is important for ourselves and our well-being. The passive pay plan is powerful. There is work, but if you're willing to work hard for about, if you're fast, a year. If you're like me, I have children, I need to take my time, 3. If you are working, maybe part-time, 5 years. But if you give that amount of time to build it right, it will continue to pay you on a growth rate over many years. It is run by principled people. And I think that is important for many of us, that we are going to do the right things to people that we care about, and is run by people with the highest integrity that will not cheat us. There's proven support and training systems. You don't need to come fully packaged, knowing everything. You just need to come willing to learn, put in the hard work, and stay with it. And the timing is perfect. Last year during the pandemic, I know many teams were very stuck. I was very blessed. We pivoted right. Actually, my income tripled. And because of Zoom, my business went beyond Singapore. Before COVID, I was just Singapore, but I went beyond. Today, I have businesses in UK, parts of US, Australia, and several parts of Asia. I mean, who am I to be able to do that, right? I'm home for 15 years. I don't think I can even get a job who will pay me what I desire, or who won't pay me what my time is worth, but I found a way to live life on my terms, doing what I want to do and to craft the business that I desire. And I really implore you to take a look and consider it well and think about it. And before I end, I want to invite my good friend Laura, who has joined me to impact tens of thousands of people in the world. Let me share a reason for this picture. Yesterday I met a group of ladies whom I do not know at all. And I told them that I could meet them because I shared this to Laura, who I'm going to bring up later. Laura shared it with someone, and you share it with someone, and shared it with someone. And through 10 connections, I now meet this bunch of very lovely ladies. And this is what this product is all about. I do not know who will come in, but through a connection of one, the power of one, we will reach the world, and we will reach the person who has been praying very hard for it. I prayed 10 years for a health solution for my daughter. I'm eternally grateful to my friend Susan, who brought it to my home. I left her outside my door actually because I was so distraught at where I was. I couldn't even listen to her, but she persevered to talk to me about it. And I'm eternally grateful because it is the reason he has given me a very stress-free life. So this is Mr. Verdis Norton. And yes, we are at the start of something very big with a great purpose. We can influence the future, first of ourselves and our family, of my generations to come, and of your family and your generations to come. We can change this world, and I invite people who has this heart to come forward to do this with us. And now to bring Laura up and just invite you to hear her. She's a good friend of mine. I never thought she would do the business. Never. Okay, totally never. She's not the type. But I'll let her share her story, and I'll come back to end with it. Okay, Laura, are you around? Laura,
hi, Edwina.
Hey, hi.
Hi. Thank you for inviting me tonight.
Come, you go ahead and share what you want to share. How has the business impacted and changed your life?
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura, and I'm a gold executive with ASEA. My professional training is in social work, and I have been in the nonprofit sector for 15 years until about 8 years ago when I stopped work to be a stay-at-home mom. And when Edwina introduced ASEA to me 3 years ago because of my daughter's health issue, she did not know that I only had 3 digits left in my savings. Now, MLMs are not my cup of tea, and I have no idea how the network marketing works. I did not understand the comp plan. I only had preferred customers when I started, but by God's grace, within 2 months, I covered my product usage of $250. I could only work randomly 3 hours a week because taking care of my family was top priority. With 12 hours a month, I don't think McDonald's or NTUC would hire me, but I was getting paid $100 per hour simply by sharing with one person a week and taking care of people whose health that I had the privilege of journeying with. Now, this isn't bad at all for part-time work. $1,000 a month with 9 to 10 preferred customers. I understood that network marketing truly meets you at where you are, and it takes you where you want to be. And anyone can do this entering at a level playing field. My first year of net trade income was nearly 6,000. The second year was 17,000, and the third year, 51,000. It triples every year. I now work 3 hours a day, and I'm working towards a 5-digit monthly income. My husband and I are very thankful that this Plan B income has become Plan A, especially when COVID hit last year. Just 3 days ago, we were doing simple calculations for a full-time position, making $2,000 a month. Typically, someone like that will work 44 hours a week or 176 hours a month, making an average of $11 per hour. Now, with 3-hour part-time a week in network marketing, I can make 10 times that amount and have financial freedom, time freedom, and personal freedom. Please don't be mistaken. To me, financial freedom is not about my family having an upgraded lifestyle. It is about bringing this remarkable technology to those who really need it and would benefit from it. I'm happy to sponsor them for as long as need be until they can afford it at a later time and that they have financial peace of mind. Today, newcomers in my team can rank up within 6 months and earn a good part-time income that more than covers their product usage. With 4 people helping 4 others to help 4 others and so on, duplication is exponential in a year. Currently, I have about 220 associates and 100 preferred customers under me, and I've personally sponsored 25 associates. The question is, can a person with no time to focus on ASEA still do the business? Let me give you the example of my associate whom I've been working with very closely in the last 2 years. Mr. P, a 70-year-old gentleman. He's a very private man who likes to keep a low profile. He likes to be anonymous. He runs a one-man operation business. Now, he joined me 2 years ago, and he has been involved with various MLMs previously, but he did not find success there. He doesn't know about the science, how to explain the Redox technology or the usage. He has very little understanding about the comp plan, but connects his contacts with myself and Edwina. Our team gives him full support. We take care of his customers, we follow up with his users, and we train his associates. He works very ad hoc on ASEA, concentrating on his own business. But he went bronze within the first 6 weeks. He ranked advanced to silver a year later, and he just went gold recently. He has personally enrolled 17 people. His first year residual income was 5,000, but his second year income was 20,000. We have no doubt that his residual income will at least double this year. ASEA is really about reaching people in our spheres of influence who may be in need of hope, health, and wellness, and or community. And we do so by treating one another with respect, dignity, integrity, and kindness as we honor others' choices, whether they choose to try Redox or not. It is especially meaningful to see how this platform has allowed me to fulfill the calling of rebuilding and restoring dignity in the lives of others, in their physical health, mental, emotional, social, spiritual, and financial health. In my former vocation as a social worker, humanitarian and missions work, I could never give someone back their financial dignity because they would always be recipients and beneficiaries in the system. But this ASEA family has given me the opportunity to grow in personal development in ways beyond my imagination and taken me further than what I could dream of. This business can be done by anyone at your own time, your own pace, your own target. Ad hoc, part-time, full-time, anytime. Now, I don't know of many jobs that would allow you to dictate your hours, to raise your pay every few months, have no KPIs with no sales quota to meet, pay you while you play and sleep, expand your network globally with kindred spirits, groom you at your own pace and preference, offer plenty of free training resources, have a proven system and tools to support your business when you want it, and develop you into a global leader. I know ASEA does all of this, and this is a family that has a culture of honor where compassion and love drive what we do. ASEA celebrates small and big wins, encourages you to be a better version of yourself. And I would like to extend this invitation today to you to join us in being a force for good in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. I'm going to now share with you what's your next step. Okay, after what you hear tonight, you have probably 3 responses. Yay, I'm in, right? Yeah, you are in. I'll tell you later. No, I'm not in. It's all right. We love you. Thank you for being here. But if you know of anyone who needs to hear this, okay, whether for health, whether they're looking for something that is meaningful to do, or a financial opportunity to turn things around, maybe it's for them, maybe it's not for them, but will you just connect them to the person that invited you so that they could have a chance to also have an option in life like this? Who knows, you are me, right? I left my friend outside the door, you know. If you are interested, but you have a lot of concerns, that's perfectly normal. I just told you something so groundbreaking, so unbelievable, right? Either I'm the biggest scammer on earth or I'm the biggest opportunity on earth. Go back to the friend who invited you, and they or their leaders will be able to walk you through things that will help you address your concerns. And that's important, all right? And if you say you're in, let me show you what to do next. All right. Every associate is given a website like this. All of us are the same, okay? So you don't have to go and do your own website and do your own online marketing. And your friend just go to your website, click join, and your friend can come from anywhere in the world. See, Australia, Belgium, Canada, anywhere in the world, in the 33 countries. They can just click the country that they're in. And if your friend doesn't speak English very well, they can read it in the language that they desire. I mean, there's Bahasa, you know, there's Chinese, there's all the European languages. So it's very friendly, right? So you can choose between 3 types of accounts. If you just want to try the product, like I try 1 tube of gel, I'm not sure if I like it. Be a retail customer. You're paying retail price. You have an account that's free. You just reorder whenever you like. It's like an Amazon account or iHerb account, right? There's no commitment. If you say, I would like to buy it cheaper, then the preferred customer and the associate account has a wholesale price, or some people call it the member price. Yeah. So these 2 accounts allow you to do that, but a preferred customer account has a monthly auto ship, the subscription. Why? Because normally preferred customers are loyal customers. So they are pretty comfortable to buy it on a regular basis. But our monthly orders are totally editable. You can push the date back, you can push it forward, you can change the items you buy, you can send it to another address, you can send it to another country even. Some people send it back to Malaysia where their family is, or send it to Singapore where their sister is, or even across the world. It doesn't matter. It's very flexible. So get your friend to tell you about it. So many people start with a preferred customer, and if you like it, oh, I want to put my whole family on it. Oh, I want to tell my good friend about it. Then you want to be an associate. Okay. And once you're an associate, you are entitled to special packages that are only available to you once at the entry at the point of joining. So this is a Singapore one. If you go to different countries, they will show you what's available in the country, and it will be in the local currency. So from the smallest pack to the mid-tier to the biggest pack. Now, if you ask me which is the best deal, the cheapest unit price of each item will be the entrepreneur pack. Okay, and the entrepreneur pack will start you off. First, your membership is free. They don't ask you to pay for the membership. You got a free account. By the way, you can change all these items up. You can add any items you want to make up the entrepreneur pack, as long as it's 800 PV. Your friend will guide you through that. You're not forced to buy whatever is drawn here. You can choose whatever you want. You have samples that you can use. And this is equivalent to practically 2 free cases of product by the 3rd month or by your 2nd auto ship. And you get start to collect free points at a very high rate for all your future monthly orders, which is very lucrative. This can translate to easily 4 cases of free products a year. just on this loyalty points alone. So again, the details and the calculation your friend will walk you through. I just want to show you what's the next step, and every first order from a new account carries a money back guarantee of about at least 30 days. So different countries have slightly different variations in terms of the refund. Please ask your friend for details like that if that matters to you, so you can try it safely. If you are buying a smaller portion, they don't expect you to return the product. So you get a full refund without return the product. If you're buying a very huge amount, please read the terms and conditions because you may have to return the product on your cost. All right. So that's all I have tonight. I really appreciate your time. And